So, White Cliffs of Dover on a lovely sunny day. I'll be putting the Osmo Pocket through its paces on a little weekend away in Bruges, over in Belgium, and starting the day off thanks to P&O on a lovely, still, calm, easy crossing on the cross-channel ferry. And just smiling fondly at the White Cliffs of Dover, wondering if my little Mavic Pro is still up there somewhere. Anyway, I'll never know. So I've been playing with it for the whole weekend, and I have to say I absolutely love it. Certainly with the ease of carrying it around in your pocket and then just getting it out of its little case, you power it on and within 5 seconds you can actually be shooting. The video quality is fantastic. The colour range seems to be absolutely fine, handles low lighting and bright contrasts very easily as well. So obviously low-level lighting is another consideration as well. It's quite gloomy and grim here now, and but it still seems to be making everything look very bright and very cheery. And all the colours of the lights and the Christmas trees are all coming out very nicely. So it handles high contrast quite well as well. There's no doubt that getting used to the tiny little screen does take some getting used to though, but it is great to be able to see roughly what it is you're shooting rather than with a GoPro, especially if you're doing like I'm doing now. I'm filming this looking at you on the GoPro. I'm kind of assuming that I'm in the picture, but I don't know because I can't see the screen. At least with this, when you flip it round with the 1, 2, 3, it turns around into selfie mode, and you can still see yourself. You can see the little picture, and you can see exactly what's actually in the film itself. A few minor little gripes. The biggest gripe I would have would be no tripod mount. So when I was trying to do the time lapse and the motion lapse, you're relying on it literally just freestanding, and as you can see, it's very easy to get quite a bit of wobble. The lack of a microphone jack as well is a bit of a shame. I'm now using the little clip-on mic. You get far better sound with a clip-on mic than you do through the tiny little hole that you often accidentally cover up whilst you're shooting as well, so that's another thing to keep in mind. It doesn't have a replaceable battery, so you can't carry a spare battery around like you can with a GoPro. In saying that though, it's got about 1.5 hours battery life. I haven't run out so far, and pretty much any Android phone charger, any USB-C phone charger will charge it up in about an hour's time. It's certainly a good camera for vlogging. The GoPro has a much wider field of view. If I'm holding these now side by side, you can see how much more you get in the GoPro rather than you do with the Osmo Pocket. As far as video stability goes, it really can't be beat. I know the new GoPro 7 does have pretty impressive digital stabilization, but you're only going to get stabilization by cropping the outer sections of the video itself. Ultimately, with a 3-axis gimbal, you don't have any cropping at all, and it is super smooth, and it is really impressive. Walking or running, as you can see, you get pretty smooth video, and that could explain why they didn't bother putting a tripod mount on it. But as I said, for the time-lapse function, you really do need a tripod mount, because your little camera is going to be sitting there for about 10 minutes, 15 minutes, just to get around 5 to 10 seconds of video, and in that time you get a lot of jogging. The GoPro is a super tough camera, waterproof, you can throw it around, strap it to your arm, do whatever you like with it. The Osmo Pocket is a very delicate bit of kit, and I wouldn't want to drop it. It's certainly not waterproof, and it is for taking videos whilst you're walking or running, but it is not an action camera by any stretch of the imagination. So I'm not really sure why people keep trying to make those comparisons. There is no comparison. They're two different cameras for entirely different reasons. That said, the GoPro isn't bad for doing vlogging, but I've always found it quite shaky. Have to do quite a bit of stabilization in post-production. As I said, the Hero 7 does have pretty good digital stabilization, but to me you cannot beat the physical stabilization of a 3-axis gimbal. The multifunction port as well is useful, but at the same time it's a bit of a shame they didn't actually incorporate some of these things into the electronics itself. Bluetooth and Wi-Fi could have easily been incorporated. You shouldn't have to have bought an additional little clip-on accessory just to get Bluetooth. The whole idea of the Osmo Pocket, I think, is that it is incredibly small and easy to get out and start filming. Once you start attaching the phone, it suddenly becomes a little bit cumbersome and difficult to hold. And it's a bit clumsy, to be honest, in my opinion. I don't think you'll be using your phone attached to it too often. Ultimately though, for what it is, it's a fantastic bit of kit. Last year when I was hiking up in Utah and Montana, I was having to use my Osmo mobile with my mobile phone. I only got about an hour charge and it was quite clumsy to be walking around with that. For me, this is the perfect hybrid camera in that respect. It'll be great for when I'm hiking and taking film in towns and cities. I'll probably use it for some of my YouTube videos as well and for vlogging as well. But again, you have to use a clip-on mic. As long as you know the limitations of it, as I said, it's not shockproof or waterproof, then I think you'd be incredibly happy with it. It's a great little bit of kit. So there you go, just a very, very quick video. I just wanted to give you guys my initial thoughts on it. I'll be doing a lot more testing and playing around with it over the next few weeks, and I'll keep you updated. But certainly in the short term, yes, has a real stamp of approval from me. I think it's a fantastic bit of kit. Don't drop it, don't throw it in the water, and you'll get on fine. Anyway, that's all for now. Until next time, have fun, happy flying.